Hi and welcome to Vicky's Crafty. This is going to be a video all about how I decorate my house for fall. A lot of the things I have repurposed, and actually it's been a little late coming because usually the first day of September I bust out all my stuff and I'm all jazzed about it, but that's because I buy a lot of new stuff. Well, this year I decided that I was going to repurpose everything that I have and not buy one thing new. That has been difficult, let me tell you. But now that it's done, I feel like, oh, okay, so if you put all your stuff in new places, it's like getting almost new things. And I was so happy because the way that I put it together last year after I used it, it was all so neatly packed that a lot of it stood the test of time. Because I do a lot of crafting with like my paper crafting and stuff. And a lot of it's like not even messed up or anything. So I was all excited to place it, and I'm not done yet, but I wanted to make a video on fall decorations and how simple and budget friendly it can be and how fun it is. And I just wanted to show you my little owl here. This is like my favorite little inspirational fall piece. It reminds me of my daughter. She loves owls. And when I saw this, because it has like the blinky eyes, I was like, oh my god, I have to get that. So, hi owl, mwah. And I just want to now give you the tour, and I'll see you in a few minutes, so stay watching the video, please. Thank you. Okay, so here's my first little piece, and this is the centerpiece in my kitchen. I haven't really decorated my kitchen yet, so I'm not going to try to show you the whole thing, but my sister-in-law Jeanette had actually made this for me for my classroom many years ago, and it kind of fell apart when I packed it away, and so I just added a little scarecrow and just some fall flowers in the back, and I think it's cute. And I just put it on my cake plate and my pie plate that's Mary Englebright, and it's kind of like my centerpiece. If you see there, I just added the floral what's that called? Garland. And that is the fall for my kitchen that isn't really done yet, but I'm going to continue. Okay, here is just my little, this is my grandma's old sewing machine that actually still works, and I love it just because of its old feel, and I've always kept it. I've never used it to sew, but I just love the memory because I can remember her sewing with it. And those are all my little frames that I have received from friends or, gifts. And I just added my little turkey there, and I love it. And those are my little frames on my little sewing machine. This is usually the table that is behind my sofa. I love to display frames of the family and of the kids. And all I did was I added my little pumpkin and just a little fall floral arrangement that I have had for probably 100 years, and there you go. And then on the what are those called, curtains? Whatever, I think they're called swags, I don't know. I just added a fall garland as well, and so that's on every window. And then we get to the mantle, and I love the mantle. My friend Geraldine makes these beautiful window art that she repurposes old windows that she finds, and she paints on them, and she's an awesome toll painter, and I bought this from her last year at a craft fair, and she can do more windows. So if you are interested in any type of window, Christmas, fall, whatever it might be, just let me know and I could get in contact with her because I love it. It's so cute. And I made that banner, and it says give thanks, and I love the fall season because I'm always just so thankful for everything. It makes me feel all warm and cuddly. Now, I love sunflowers. If you've watched my daughter's makeover, I literally got this the year that I was married, which was 20 years ago now. And I don't know if you remember, they always had like little kids that they would lean on your sofa or whatever, and they would make these little they look like little kids, and they were dressed in overalls, and they'd be leaning like in timeout or something. Well, my husband bought me that because I loved sunflowers 20 years ago, and I'm so glad that they're back in, and I've just kept it. I don't even care. It went out for a long time, and I was like, I don't care. I still love sunflowers. And so there's my mantle, And I think that that's so fun and festive. It's just like fun. This is my family room, and that's the mantle, and I love it. And so there you go. All right. Okay, here's another pumpkin that my sister-in-law Jeanette had made for me. And I kind of jazzed it up, added a bow, and I covered these candles last year, and they actually still work. And I just added that for my little table that's by this window that also has garland on it. And that's fun. And so that's that table. I think you've probably seen this before because I like to film in front of it. I love that window. It makes me feel all country. It has like my favorite stuff on it. Cherries, a little chicken, and like a barn. I swear, someday I'm going to live on a farm and I'm going to be so happy. But I just added a piece of fall garland. I just added it into the greenery that I had. And there's that little L that I had showed you earlier, and I just added a little pumpkin there, and I thought it was so much fun. My best friend Emily had given me that picture of the two of us on my birthday, probably like 3 years ago, and I love it, and it's just always there. And so that's another part of my fall. Yay! Here is the, in my family room, my husband used to work for Baby Guest when we first got married, and he actually made this table. Now that's going to be 20 years ago. He learned how to stain and all the staining on how to paint because he used to travel around the country, and he would paint showrooms for guests, the Marciano brothers. And so one day he brought home this table. I don't know if he was supposed to, but he did, and I've had it ever since in the centerpiece. I love its rustic look, and I just can't part with it. So many times, I've been like, should I get rid of it? And I just can't. I love it. And it's never changed color or anything. And it never really matches, but I still always think it goes. And there again are some cherry canisters that I love. And then there's another fall floral arrangement and another candle that I had done last year that still works. And there's a rooster that was my grandma's. And when she passed, I asked if I could have it, and I love it. How cute is this? It's just little owls that say fall friends, and this is just in my closet that is, when you're entering into the house and you put like your jackets and stuff. And I always put something there for parties or whatever, and this was just my little fall friends hanging thing that I've had, and I love it. Yay! Alright, here is my little teapot curio that I had that I showed you in another video. And I've always had this little, what's that called? I always forget when I'm filming what everything's called, but you know what it is. Well, every season I always add something, and I had actually made those last year. I don't even know what for. So I was like, oh, I'm just going to throw them on there because it's all about repurposing, right? And then I just added bows and like little flower arrangements on the edge of the stairs. And here's the entryway when you come in. This is the wall that you see right when you first come in, and I love my little home sweet home. There's a photo of my son when he graduated from high school, and there's just two little fall flower arrangements, and of course my rainbow bird. Okay, so this is my living room, and usually nobody really comes and sits in here just because, I don't know, oh, except Buttons. He loves to sit in here. Hi, Buttons, you were hiding, we caught ya. Alright, so all I did here was I added some more garland and those ribbons I had made last year. I think I had put rosettes, but they each have like a little pom-pom on them, and I can't remember what I did with them, so I just hung them there. I'm telling you, it's all about repurposing and reusing, and that's what I wanted to do. And here is, if you look at that paper, what would that be called? Well, it says blessed, and last year for Thanksgiving I had made those just to put on the table. I always host Thanksgiving at my house for the family, and when I told you I had packed them away so nicely that they didn't even get messed up at all. And so I was like, oh, I really want to use them. So I don't know, I thought, well, I'll just put it there. It looks cool. And so This is my table, and actually I got this table from my grandma. I'm telling you, these things I just can't, like every time I want to get something new, I can't because all of my furniture has such memory behind it. I can remember my uncle, I guess, my Uncle Sam, when he played pro ball for Mexico. This is what he bought my grandma with his first big paycheck. He bought her this table. And I can remember as a little girl, oh, look at that, the tablecloth is ripped because it was my grandma's as well. But as a little girl, they used to have this in their home, and I remember my brother and I and my sister, we would play and just hide and go seek under this table, and we did so many things. So when my grandma bought a new table for her house, she asked me, this was probably like, oh, I don't know, maybe I don't know, like 13 years ago, she asked me if I would want her table, and I was like, of course, because for me, the most important thing is family and memories, and every memory is so huge to me. I love it. I love the memory of my grandma, and these are actually her Franciscan ware dishes, and my grandma loved the finer things. Like, I remember I would be like, okay, I'm gonna go today, and I'm gonna go to Marshall's, or I'm gonna go to Ross, and my grandma would be like, no, go to Macy's, in her Spanish accent or whatever, and I would be like, Grandma, because she just loved the finer things, and my uncle, he loved to spoil her, and I think when she passed away, she had like so much of this Franciscan ware. I mean, I think I have a set. She had a set to serve at least 15. And so I love it. It's just the memories, I'm telling you. Everything, I'm so blessed. I loved my grandma. She was like such an awesome woman. And every time I come in the house, I'm just like, it's a memory of her that I adore. I love her. And so this is cool too. I don't know if I've ever filmed about this, but this piece here was my grandpa's. And my grandpa and my grandma were polar opposites. Like, my grandpa he was like very frugal, and my grandma, like I just explained, had unlimited taste. So my grandpa was always a carpenter, and when my grandma would say, I want a new table, he would say, I'll make it, I'll build it, or whatever. And my grandma and him were just like, they were always at odds because of it. But when my grandma had passed, my grandpa, I guess, really wanted to, I think this happens a lot, where they just can't handle, or they want to get rid of like memories or whatever. And so he asked me if I wanted this piece, and like, you would think, because it's not, I'm sorry, I had to open that. You would think, because it's not really like, it's not some fancy piece, but I adore it. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, absolutely, Grandpa. Anything that they did, I'll love for my rest of my life, because I love my grandparents so much. And so all I did, I think he had it in like a brownish color, and he had it outside because my grandma loved to cook, so it had like Cuisinart dishes in it, and all her nice big old all-clad pans. And because they're in their house, it couldn't fit, and so it just housed like all of her pans. And so when she passed away, he just felt like it wasn't necessary for him to need it anymore. So he asked me if I wanted it, and then I was like, absolutely. And all I did was I painted it all black so it would match the rest of my living room. And I love it. I mean, it's like probably my most favorite part of my house. And I'm sorry, the kids are all coming home. That's the trash truck. If you could see, school's over and it's all ending right now, so that's all the noise outside. If you could see, there's the UPS truck passing by. Trash truck. Okay, sorry. Once again, I get ADD-ish, but I made these wreaths a couple of years ago, and I always like to make new paper crafting. That grateful sign and this thankful sign, once again, I had put on my Thanksgiving table last year, and I just wanted to repurpose it, and it was in good condition, so I just added it to this, what would we call this? I don't know, armoire? And so I want to start collecting, well, I have started collecting these Pyrex dishes, like that set over there. that was my grandma's. That's what got me started. And my beautiful friend Rebecca from church, she's been going to like yard sales and stuff, and she picks me up those pieces, and I'm so thankful. I love it. And then that piece down there, Kelly's grandma collects all those dishes, and one day, well, she just moved into like a retirement facility that was kind of smaller, and so she knows I'm like obsessed with roosters, and so she was like, it's okay, sweetie, go ahead and you take that one. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was so happy. Oh, I know what it was. She had brought a dish over for Christmas in there, and I had washed it, and I'm like, oh no, don't forget your dish, because I know, I like love dishes. And she said, no, you just keep that for yourself, and I will cherish that dish for the rest of my life. I totally will. And so here we go with the center of my table here, and you know, just once again, that was like a vase that was my grandma's, and all I did was I added fall flowers into it. I think I actually got those flowers from the Dollar Tree. So once again, total budget. And I just added a little pumpkin. Look at this picture, I love it. Well, don't look at that. I could never get the price tag off of it, and I think I used to have a bow that hid that, but my little niece Paisley, I think, pulled it off, so it's okay. But look at, that's my brother and my sister and I when we were like younger. And you know, when you go to, I think it was at Knott's Berry Farm, and you take that vintage picture, and that was us. That's so cute, I love it. That's me when I was in high school. Woo, crazy. That's my son. Look at that handsome boy with my heart right there. And this is my daughter when she graduated from 8th grade. My little Scarlett, I love her so much. Okay, sorry. My tangents, okay. And so, here we go. I'm not really done, but I wanted to show you just the beginning of it, and there'll be more to come. Thank you. Here's one more piece that I had forgotten to show. This is in my family room, and here's just a fall, like, you know, floral thing. And that was, it was full of candy corn, but with all the little children. But these books were from Kelly's grandma, from Grandma Johnston from Ireland, and I love them, and I don't know, I'm telling you, I just love all the old vintage things. That's probably why I love to dress vintagey, I don't know. I think I was supposed to be born in like the 40s or the 50s. So here's my family room. Woo! Did you get dizzy? I'm sorry. Hi, so thank you. This is the end of my fall makeover for my house. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you get some ideas on something that you would like to recreate or repurpose, like me, on a budget. And if you have any questions, please let me know. If you like more videos like this, please let me know. Leave a comment and like it on my YouTube, and please subscribe to me. I need more subscribers. And so just thank you for giving me your time, and just let's get in contact. Thank you so much. Bye.